When cutting mortises with a Pantorouter, I like to do that with a spiral bit and making a series of plunge cuts, but that involves a fair bit of force, which is why a plunge lever is very useful. Now I need some kind of pin to join these together like this, and for that I'll just use one of these knockdown screws and cut it off. A hacksaw would work too, but an angle grinder is quicker. For the pivot of this operating lever, I'm just going to use a big wood screw which has got a long smooth shank and it goes right here. The rotor doesn't need to come any further forward than until the chuck just about touches the table, and have to make sure this handle doesn't hit this handle. So that means right about here, and I can locate the pilot hole that way. Well, this does make cutting mortises dramatically easier. I cut a bunch of rectangular blocks that go here, 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 and here, and this shaft passes through them. Now I just need to drill a whole bunch of holes. I sanded all the corners smooth on the depth stop parts because I'll be touching those quite a lot. You can of course buy threaded plastic knobs, which are quite nice, but they're relatively expensive, so it's much cheaper to make your own just using coupler nuts. Now you might be wondering, why did I add a backstop to this? Well, it's quite simple. When I put the stock on the Pantorouter, I'd like to use the rotor bit as the guide to where to position it, and that's where the backstop is for. And then the front stop determines how long the tenon is going to be. This is getting close to done. What I still need is some springs to help counterbalance the weight of the router, because it's very tiring having to lift up on the handle all the time. And the other thing I need is some kind of clamping solution to help hold the stock down on the table.